everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the notch. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and ended on Fox. We call them Chauncey cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Okay, money, okay, money, money, I took the Billy cool back and I hopped in the car. I put the in front of the Billy in front of the driver. And man, sit there in the road, right, wow. I'm still double, ties, huh? I'm in the coupe by myself. I had to kick her though when I was 5. Keep the hood was on the shelf. Then the fine. I'm sick and tired of me. Act like they find it, telling them lies. Acting like they the one created this and they get all this driven my guy. Yeah, Cartier eyes, Cartier coat, Cartier ass to watch. Cartier look, Cartier, Cartier spec buffalo on the side. Cartier jeans, ain't no way I can say. Ain't no way I'm ever gonna go out. Man, I can't go out, no way I'm gonna go out. I just grip on her and I show out. I sit like a and I don't break the door. Turn the whole top floor to up. 100 racks and one two about to flood out.
Tonight, Week 11 gets underway with AFC East rivals doing battle here in Foxborough. Strap in. It's an NFL rivalry like few others. The Jets and the Patriots next on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This NFL rivalry series has been a popular one, and it continues here. Jets and Patriots underway on a Thursday night. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. To the air right away is May. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slam. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. On play action, May. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Here's May. That is caught by Williams for a Patriots touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Working to put a drive together.
Don't jump, ready? Who's the game?
Here's Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A great matchup here in the Northeast. We know about the New York-Boston rivalries in other sports, and this one just as heated. It goes back all the way to the AFL days in the 60s. Plus, you might recall it was a Jets-Patriots game in 01 that introduced Tom Brady to the NFL world as he took over for an injured Drew Bledsoe, and the rest, as they say, is history. Fields now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Fields. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Will McDonald able to record his 5th sack of the season. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll throw with May. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Kayshon Boutte. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one
tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
From the gun on third down, Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds. But not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Fields going to change things up here. Second and 5 now. Fields. It's caught. Mitchell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Adonai Mitchell. 31 yards. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's May. Now he'll top, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Bust through the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
You got it. 19 wins.
Here's Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On play action, Fields. Who dumps this one off here to Hall. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 16. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Here's Allen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Fields changing the play. Allen here on the screen. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Adonai Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 14-10. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. May. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Now inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Trevion Henderson, 48 yards. And the Patriots are once again back in front. The extra point now for Borregales. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. And now an audible here into something else. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Shelling through the defense. And he'll have a Jets first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Fields. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They'll get this out wide to Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall from 17 yards out. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Folk connects on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet, so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now Fields. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 13 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And now Nick Folk, his career long 56 yards. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Oh, good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. They'll throw now on the final play. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
From the gun, it's May.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Pats will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figured out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the...
all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Keyshawn Butte, 37 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie us at 24. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Ball again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And a quick throw there is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's May. He'll try and do this himself. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To the air, May. Got his man, it's Williams. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got this to Williams, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
On 1st down, it's Henderson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time to move out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Fields now to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Here's Williams to return. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or a pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They go play action now. May. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack.
You've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely 1st down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Patriots 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. May going to give it to Henderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing here is May. And pass complete. Here's Butte with it. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's May. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On the counter, it's Henderson. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
They'll throw with May. Caught left side, Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. A give for Stevenson, running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. To throw, it's May. They'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there, kick it, put it through the post, go up 2 scores.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Back to throw. Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mason Taylor, 29 yards. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Folk. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And what a tough spot for this defense, because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The left side caught by Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Up the middle, it's Henderson.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
2nd and 11. They set up the screen for Henderson. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. May. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go. We go. 331. 331. Hey, Ken. No much. 11.
All eyes on Fields. Pass complete to Taylor. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And he'll find Hall. And he's got this down to the 35. Here's 1st down. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Back to throw. Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now Fields. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in